Hey y'all, it's Tommy the Butcher for Wise Guys Barbecue. We did a dessert for you today that's as much fun to make as it is to eat. Crème l'orange chocolat. It's a Wise Guys Barbecue original. You're not gonna see this anywhere else. So you better stay tuned. This is gonna be a good one because I'm gonna show you exactly how you can do it at home. But before we get started, please like, share, subscribe, ring that notification bell so you will not miss an episode. Stick around, we're cooking together. All right, let's have some fun. Now, I can't think of any other dessert that would bring a smile to everybody's face than crème brûlée. You know, just the simplicity of it, it's rich, it's light, it's sweet, it's crunchy. With every bite, it's like a mouthful of heaven. So we're gonna take that concept of crème brûlée and we're gonna flip it upside down or inside out and turn it around a little bit and put our own spin on it. We're actually gonna do our crème brûlée and we're gonna make a chocolate shell topping for the top of it. So it'll give you the actual being able to crack through that chocolate shell icing and get to that nice, rich, smooth, creamy crème brûlée underneath that. Now, not only are we doing a crème brûlée, we're doing an orange crème brûlée with Grand Marnier, some orange zest. We're gonna put a layer of orange marmalade before we put that layer of chocolate shell on top. So orange and chocolate, I can't think of two things that go together much better than orange and chocolate. So enough said, let's get working here. So I'm gonna start with, I got a whole quart of heavy cream. We're gonna get this in the stock pot. And we're gonna just bring this up to a light simmer. You don't want it to go to a boil. We just want to get some heat on it and make sure you're stirring this quite frequently because you don't want that bottom to get scalded. All right, while this is going, I'm going to turn our attention to our eggs. I have 6 large egg yolks in a bowl. I'm going to add a half a cup of sugar. This is basically the base to any crème brûlée. This is making our custard base. So we'll whisk this sugar into our 6 egg yolks until we get a nice creamy, smooth texture. You basically won't see the sugar in here. It'll be like a thick yellow cream. All right, while I'm waiting for our cream to come up to temperature, I want to give you a little history, a little story of what inspired me to do this dessert. You know, we were down on a Puerto Rican safari last month, and Meg's our videographer, film editor. We sat down, we kind of collaborated on, you know, what could we do for a dessert cook? And of course, crème brûlée came up, but we did do a crème brûlée not that long ago. But she kept thinking of orange and chocolate. She wanted to just do something orange and chocolate. So, you know, I said, you know, we can do something like that in a crème brûlée format, but we'd have to eliminate the sugar. Now, in a crème brûlée, the brûlée is the actual caramelization of the sugar, which gives you that crunchy topping that you cracked into it to reveal that smooth, luscious, creamy custard underneath. So with a chocolate shell topping, this is something that can be made that'll allow you to be able to crack into something and at the same time give you a chocolate component to your brûlée. So we couldn't call it a crème brûlée chocolat. We had to eliminate that brûlée word to get it out of there. So we came up with crème l'orange chocolat. So that was the genesis of this dessert. It's a Wise Guys original. You're not going to see this anywhere else. So you want to pay close attention to this because I know it'll put a smile on your face. All right, I got another couple of minutes. I'm going to let this cream come up to heat here while I'm stirring it. My cream has come up to heat, nice simmer. We're going to begin to incorporate this into our egg mixture. Now, when you're doing this, go very slowly. Just go drip by drip at first because we need to temper these eggs. If you go in with a cup and a half of this stuff right off the bat, you're gonna scramble all your eggs and you don't want that. So I'm gonna hold my cream in my right hand, get my whisk in my left, and little by little, I'm just gonna dribble in a couple of drops at a time and just slowly get this all mixed and whisked. Now, we don't want to go really, really fast doing this. I'm using a whisk, but I'm basically just very gently stirring it because not only do we want to get all the cream incorporated into the eggs, but we want to minimize bubbles. We want to minimize a lot of air. If we get too much air into the cream mixture, the custard mixture, there's gonna be a lot of air and it's just not gonna come out nice and smooth. So, on I go with my cream, a little at a time. And I'm gonna go, like I said, I'm gonna go very, very slowly to the point where half my cream is incorporated into the eggs. Once we get halfway through, the tempered part is done. You can just dump the remaining cream that you have in the pan and get the whole thing put together, and you can move on at that point. Now, if you notice as well, I have a towel underneath my bowl because I'm not gonna have a hand to hold on to my bowl. This will keep that bowl from sliding around, slipping around, rotating around. Just keeps everything in one place to make this so much easier. All right, I'm almost to the halfway point here. With that said, I can just put the remainder of my cream all into the eggs, all in one shot. We've done tempering the eggs, so we're good. All right, now that I have all my cream in the eggs, I'm ditching the whisk and I'm gonna go with just a wooden spoon. Because like I said, I wanna just very carefully and slowly mix this up because you will generate a lot of bubbles and foam, and you can see that, what I have here now, but I'm gonna show you a little trick once I get them into the ramekins, how you can eliminate those bubbles, because you really should. All right, this is your basic custard mixture for any creme, and there are several options you can use for seasonings in this, for flavorings, but like I said, we're doing an orange creme, so I'm gonna go into all my orange flavorings. So we're gonna start with an orange, and we're gonna do about a tablespoon of orange zest. That looks good. Flip it in there. All right, and the other important ingredient, Grand Marnier, which is an orange liqueur. I'm gonna go in there with about 2 to 3 tablespoons, so I'm not gonna measure, I'm just gonna eyeball this. There's 1. There's 2. I'm not gonna stop there. 3. All right, we'll continue mixing this up. Oh, we have our oven preheated to 325. So we're gonna bake these at 325 for 40 minutes. Once we get our ramekin set up in a water bath, and we're gonna do that right now. So I have these are 6-ounce creme brulee ramekins, and I've got them set up in like a roasting pan. We're gonna fill all these ramekins up with our mixture. We're gonna leave about maybe 1/8 of an inch on top, so we're gonna be able to apply our layer of orange marmalade and our layer of chocolate shell topping. And we're gonna create a water bath. So we'll add a little bit of water, and you want the water to come up to about halfway on these ramekins. So I find this work. You can dump this mixture into a pitcher and pour it in using a pitcher, or you can use a ladle like I'm doing and just slowly go in there and begin to fill up your ramekins. I said I have some of this custard mixture left. This makes a fantastic eggnog, by the way. All you would have to do is give that a chill, get into your refrigerator, and there you have an eggnog, homemade eggnog. Now I mentioned the bubbles and that we need to eliminate those bubbles before we get this into the oven. And one little trick you can do is just get a paper towel, bunch it up in your finger, in your hand, and just literally just poke each bubble. It'll actually break the bubble, and it'll be gone. All right, our oven is at 325. We're going to get it over to the oven, and at that point, I'm going to show you how I'll do the water bath at that point. So, all right, I want to get that in the oven, and then just get like a little pitcher of water here, and I'm just going to pour the water in. All right, I'm just going to slowly add the water till I see that the level of the water is halfway up these ramekins. Now you can see why I brought the pan to the oven first before I added the water in, because if I added the water and had to carry over here and put this whole pan in the oven with the water, it would have been a mess. I would have had it all over the places. So this is the most easiest way to do it. Slide that in there. As you can see, the water is about halfway up the sides of the ramekins. That's going to create a nice baking environment, so the cream can cook nice and evenly, and it'll come out very smooth and rich. So 40 minutes, 325. Stick around, we'll see you in a bit. On to the next step. Our creme orange is out of the oven. They're all nice and set. I let them cool off overnight, as a matter of fact. Let them cool at least 4 hours, preferably overnight, before you go to the next step. So we have 2 more things we have to do to this. We have 2 more layers to create crème l'orange chocolat. The first thing is I'm gonna put a thin layer of orange marmalade. The best thing to do with this, the best way to go about it, is just nuke the orange marmalade just for a brief second. That'll loosen it up a little bit, and you'll be able to either spoon it out or using a butter knife, applying that thin layer of orange marmalade before we get to the chocolat part. So I'm gonna get this in the microwave. I'm just gonna put the entire jar just the way it is for maybe about 20 seconds, and I'll be right back and we'll get this laid on. All right, my orange marmalade is out of the microwave. I only did it for about maybe 30, 40 seconds, enough to get it loosened up a little bit. Not that it's quite a sauce, but it's loose enough to be able to spread this on top of a crème l'orange. So I'm basically gonna go with maybe a teaspoon to start with on each one. It's better off to go a little bit less than what you think you're gonna need and then add a little bit after the fact rather than getting too much on, and then you're not gonna leave yourself a little bit of space on top for that, the chocolate. All right, once you get those dollops of orange marmalade on, just take a butter knife and gently just spread it out. You wanna go as thin with this as you possibly can. We're just looking for 1 added layer of flavor before we cap it all off with our chocolate shell topping. All right, I'm gonna need a little bit more. I'm gonna add a little more to this, but I mean, I could smell the orange aroma coming from this. It's hitting me right in the nose. I almost wanna go in with this spoon and just eat the orange marmalade right out of the jar. But I can already smell and see these flavors coming together at this point. And once we get that chocolate shell on, I'm telling you, there's gonna be some drama. All right, our crème l'orange is all complete. Last thing we need to do, and it's the most important thing, is to get this chocolate shell topping on. Now this is basically very similar to like a chocolate shell topping that you would put on ice cream. As a matter of fact, you can take this recipe and follow it exactly as I'm about to do it. And you can put this, just pour it on top of ice cream, and you'll have a delicious ice cream dessert with that crackle type of chocolate icing that you can just crack straight through it to get to. And it's very, very simple. I'm only using 2 ingredients. Refined coconut oil, and I'm using a bittersweet chocolate. If you don't like a dark chocolate flavor, by all means you can use a milk chocolate, but I love the flavor of dark chocolate, especially paired with orange, because it just elevates the orange tremendously, and you're gonna get more of an enhanced orange flavor with the bittersweet chocolate rather than sweet chocolate on top of the sweet. This is too much sweet going on. So the bittersweet dark chocolate will provide a tremendous balance. And I'm telling you, you gotta do this, you have to do it. So I'm gonna do 4 tablespoons of a refined coconut oil. Now coconut oil, as you can see, it's solid at room temperature. And that's what's gonna create the characteristic of a shell once we add our chocolate to it. So the first thing we wanna do is, I'm gonna get this, I'm gonna get in the microwave and just get it softened up ever so slightly. So stick around, I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Have our coconut oil, it's all ready to go. I just nuked it off for just a brief second, not to get it melted, but I just wanna get it softened. So we're gonna get the chocolate in next. We have 4 tablespoons of refined coconut oil, and I have 3 ounces of bittersweet chocolate. In this case, it's morsels. If you use a solid piece of chocolate, you can just shave it, but 3 ounces of bittersweet chocolate. And we're gonna get this microwaved off at 50% level on your microwave, just for a few minutes, not even a few minutes, just for a few seconds until you begin to see that melt, and then we'll get it out of the microwave and we're gonna get it all stirred up. So stick around, don't go anywhere. All right, we're ready to go with this chocolate. So once again, we did it for about maybe a minute, not even a minute, 40 seconds, 45 seconds at 50% high level on your microwave. You don't wanna go too high with this. Get it all melted, get it all well incorporated, and the only other thing we have to do is pour this on top. So using I mean, it's best to do this in a measuring cup or some type of vessel that has a little spout on it, so it'll make the pouring much easier. So all I'm gonna do is get this all poured on top. And if you put a little bit too much and it starts to ooze over the edge, don't worry about that. All right, now I'm just gonna take a spoon and gently just spread it around so we get nice and coated. The chocolate will tend to fill in all the empty spaces and cracks on its own, but it's always a good thing to go in after the fact and just kind of smooth everything out. The only thing we're gonna do is get this into the refrigerator, and this will literally harden in as little as 10 minutes. You won't have to chill this for very long at all. Get it in the fridge, come back in about 10 or 15 minutes, and that chocolate shell topping will set up, and you're ready to move on with the finale. So I'm gonna get these in the fridge right now, get them chilled off, so stick around, don't go anywhere. All right, so there it is, the finished dish, crème l'orange chocolat. I hope you like watching this. I'm telling you, it's gonna put a smile on your face, so I hope you do it, and you're gonna have about as much fun as I had making it for you today. So with this chocolate shell on here, it's taking the place of the Brûlée pot. We're gonna crack this open, and I'm gonna show you exactly what the result is gonna be right now as I dig into this. So I'm gonna grab this one to start. Now, if you watch and listen, you can see how hard that shell is. So it's gonna take a little effort to get in there. Once we crack through that, it's just gonna be heaven in your mouth with dark chocolate, orange marmalade, and all that luscious orange cream underneath it. Here we have it. There's the chocolate, there's the cream, there's the marmalade. I'm telling you, that's gonna be one bite, so salute. Oh my God, this is absolutely insane. I'm telling you, the chocolate, the dark chocolate, the orange marmalade, there's just so much flavor. It's bursting, it's in your face. You're gonna try this, you're gonna love it. Shout out to Meg for our crème orange chocolat, also known as Meg l'Orange. It was a winner, it's gonna be a hit. Meg, this is for you. Folks, give this a try. You're gonna love it. It's an original. If you do it, you'll be the first to do it in your house because nobody's ever seen this before. I hope you like what we did for you today as much as I like doing it for you. Tommy the Butcher for Wise Guys Barbecue. Please like, share, subscribe, ring that notification bell so you will not miss an episode. Thank you for watching. I can't wait to see you next time.